Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to another stream. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. We're going to play some more Ace Attorney in a little bit, but first we're going to do a little tier list, a character tier list so far of all the characters we've met in Ace Attorney. Yo, the MLG glasses, yeah. Yeah, I got real into it with my printer last night. I put that chain on. I added a couple links, and when I did that, my dumbass unplugged one of the Z-step motors, or like one of the stepper motors, and several hours of troubleshooting later, I finally realized my mistake. So to make up for a night of printing lost because I was a dumbass, I printed these to make myself feel better. So I'm a little goofy. Oh, man. But yeah, let's get into this tier list, and I'm gonna keep this playing while we do this. Just turn it down a bit. All right, I got the tier list already pulled up. There we go. All right. Oh boy. Okay. I need to actually be able to see. Okay. So let's see here. Who do we want to start with? I guess we'll just start here. This dude, I remember. I can't. Oh, he is Acro, right? Acrobat. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. He was all right. Yeah, he was all right. I'm gonna give him a C, you know? Nothing too crazy, but pretty good. Little bro gets a D for debt. No, I'm kidding. He gets a C for coma, obviously. Oh shit. Okay. I'm blanking on her name. God, I'm gonna forget everyone's names. This is gonna be rough. But I do remember this character, and I liked her a lot. Adrian, yes. She went through a fuck ton. Oh, poor thing. She's definitely an A tier because, yeah, she was a very memorable character. She had a really interesting, though sad arc. Let's see here. Wannabe Detective Wonder Boy. I'm gonna give him an A tier as well. He was a really good character. Very interesting antagonist. Right in your face the whole time like that. Our friend Mask Damask. I'm gonna give him a B tier. Ron, right? Yeah. I'm gonna give him a solid B. He was, you know, he's a solid dude, but a little too timid for his own good. But no, he was all right. I feel like with the detective being the main driver of his arc, it kind of made him a little bit less interesting to me, but he was still solid. Now this person, I straight up do not remember at all. Huh. For now, I'm gonna go D because I genuinely don't remember them. And then... oh, that's the Fae Clan leader. Oh, Ami Fae. Okay. Well, I'm gonna stick with D. I do remember Ami Fae, but they're kind of more of a lore character than a actual active character. I don't remember her name, but this character is hilarious with the lunches. She's dead, so not really relevant. Yeah, exactly. This character is a riot, though. I loved the bit with the bento boxes and them getting like better when she liked you and increasingly worse when you started pissing her off. That was funny as fuck. And then her company made an appearance again in the second case, the airplane case, in this game that we're playing right now. Okay, this one, yeah, second case. Man, I'm realizing how many of these people's names I just straight up do not remember. This isn't... no, that's not Dahlia. This was... I'm trying to remember. Because I do recognize her, but I'm blanking on the case. I feel like I remember April, May, June, July. Yeah, I don't remember her super strongly. I'm gonna put her down here because I don't think she made that much of an impression. All right, and then it's not Dahlia, but Dahlia's twin. Iris. Okay, right. I'm gonna give Iris an A. And I think I'm gonna do Dahlia at the same time. And I think Dahlia gets an S. I think Dahlia is probably the best antagonist of the series, of the first trilogy. She was so fucking vile and evil and conniving and just a perfect villain, honestly. The bellboy from the hotel. Honestly, he's such a small character. I kind of want to give him A, but I feel he was really funny. I'm gonna give him a B, I think. But this dude was a riot. I love this dude. Bro is so geeked about all the murders. Our ventriloquist friend, he was kind of creepy, pedo vibes. I'm gonna give him a D tier. Oh, hell yes. This character was a riot. What was her name again? She ran the resort, or not, I guess it's not really a resort, but the training camp. Bikini, right. How could I forget Bikini? She's definitely a S tier because she was an absolute riot. This dude I vaguely remember. He was a pretty minor character who I don't know if we actually ever directly interacted with. He's like the commissioner or something, right? The police chief or something. Nah, he just died in 3-2. Okay, so he's just a victim, I see. Okay. Okay, and then this is me. This is Maya, right? No, this is Maya. Juan Carita's girlfriend. Oh, okay. I don't really remember her, so I'm gonna give her the D tier. I'm gonna give her D tier. I don't remember this character either at all. Dun, dun, dun. I like her hair though. This little shit. Cindy Stone, first victim, Larry's girlfriend. Ah, okay. That explains why I don't remember her. That was so long ago in a tutorial case. But this little shit, this annoying little shit was hilarious. They were the one that was breaking into the studio, if I remember correctly. I don't know who that is. Yeah, okay. Mystery Man. And then, oh, this was the author. She was really nice. She got very little screen time, but I really liked her. I was really sad when she died. That was so unfortunate. I think she gets an A tier. Bro, that's D Vasquez, LMAO 1-3. Oh, that's D Vasquez. Okay. Oh, right. This is the author. Okay. D Vasquez. Okay. That's the villain or the antagonist. Right. She was really good too as an antagonist. She was kind of like the template for Dahlia later in a lot of ways. I think I'll stick her in the A tier still. But yeah, I totally had her wrong. And then is this just a generic cop / bailiff? Or is this someone I should be remembering? Her murder is also self-defense, unlike other murders. Right, okay, this is just a random cop. Yeah. This was a very interesting case. She was a very interesting antagonist as well. Edgeworth. Ugh, D2. No, I'm kidding. We love our edgy boy. And we just had our reuniting with this character here. I'm excited to see more of her, But I think I want to. Yeah, I think we're gonna. She may get bumped up to S tier, but for now I'm gonna stick her in the A tier. Von Karma, S tier. We love Von Karma. She's a riot. I'd be a foolish fool who foolishly put her anywhere but S tier if I didn't. This dude, I remember this dude. Oh fuck, what case was it? He's like another detective, right? Damon Gaunt, right? 1-5. This guy, yeah. I remember this dude being really frustrating. He's the head chief of police. Right. Okay. I'm gonna give him B. He didn't leave like a massive impression, but I do remember him being pretty frustrating, and his character design is super memorable. I did recognize him immediately. Godot, easy S tier, immediately. He's the GOAT. We love Godot. Godot. Yeah, such a Chad. We love him. I guess that means Diego is also S tier by default. Let's see. This is the... Oh, fuck. This was the victim in this case, right? Bruce Goodman, victim of 5-1. Right. Okay. I'm going to give him a C tier. I recognized him, but not, you know, he's a victim. He's not particularly memorable, but I do like his character design. This guy, I do not recognize at all. That's Edgeworth's dad. Oh, okay. Georgie. Is this... Oh, right. Okay. That's where we saw him, was DL6. That makes sense. Who is this? Is this also Edgeworth's dad, but older? These dudes look a lot alike. Let's see. That's the 2-2 victim. Okay. And then this dude is hilarious. We haven't really seen him as much recently, but I do remember him in the early cases, and he was really funny. Gumshoe, easy S tier. I absolutely fucking love Gumshoe. He cracks me up, but he also always comes in clutch. This dude. Is this the first Steel Samurai case victim? Yes. Okay. I'll give him an A tier, or an A tier, a C tier, just because I really liked that case. Obviously, he played a significant but small role. Victim of 1-4. Okay. This guy here, or this is 1-4. No, this was this is 1-4. This guy, I definitely don't recognize this one either. I'm assuming this is another victim from one of the cases. All right. Frenchie. This dude was pretty funny, but also he gave us some weird vibes at times. I'm gonna give it an A just because he was a very memorable character. This guy. Oh my god, that's Dr. Hottie. This fucking creep. I'll give him a B tier. He's very memorable. Oh, deeply uncomfortable every interaction you have with him, though. All right, and then this old guy. The fact you remember Hottie but not Edgeworth Dad. My mind is a strange, cursed place. What can I say? This dude is hilarious. I'm gonna give him a B as well. This character, I remember them. They... what role? Were they one of the perpetrators in a case? Eeny Miny, right. That's the Korean Village one. That was a good case. That was a good one. I'm thinking A tier. I think I gotta give her A tier because that was a really solid case. Okay. Marshall. Marshall was funny. Let's see. This guy, I recognize you. You were the victim in... I can almost remember. Juan Carita. Right. Okay. And Juan Carita was the victim in the hotel convention, the other Steel Samurai one. Is that correct? 2-4. Okay. Yes. Okay. I feel like this guy deserves a B tier, honestly. That was a really interesting case, and we did learn quite a bit about him through that case as well. The judge is next. That's awesome. All right. The Canadian brother gets a C for Canada. No, he deserves more than that. I'll give him a B. He's super funny. That was a riot, the case with him. The judge, the main judge, gets a C tier. This man, no. He deserves a C tier at his job. As a character, though, he's pretty memorable and very funny. I'll give him a B. I'll put him right up there with his brother. Mask Damask. See, I do kind of want to give Damask a higher rating than Ron. I think Damask deserves an A tier. Because I think it's something that, you know, exists beyond just Ron. Oh, Von Karma. Von Karma, I gotta give an A tier. They were the first, like, real, proper, frustrating antagonists that I was just like, oh, fuck you. Oh, this is the lady from the tech shop from, where is he? This guy's case. Glen Elg. I'll give her a C, because she has a cool character design. 3-3, yeah. This character looks very familiar. Let's see. That's Emma's sister, Lana. Oh, right. I do remember her. Okay. I'm going to put her at D tier because I don't really remember anything other than that. She didn't leave too much of an impression on me. Larry gets A tier. I fucking love Larry. I don't think he's worthy of S tier, but I do like him. Lotta. Where to put our local cryptid hunter? I'm gonna give her S tier. I like Lotta. I think Lotta's a riot. Maggie Bird, you get a C tier. This is Ron's wife. She gets a B tier. A B tier. If she was a recurring character, maybe A tier, but she definitely carried that episode, though, I will say. This dude, wait. This is the magician? No, this is the magician. This guy, who is he? I can feel it. It's like right there. Matt on guard. Right. Oh, that conniving fuck. You're an A tier for asshole. Oh. And then creeper magician guy. Maya is an S tier. We stan. We love our hungry cartoon loving queen. I love this guy. I'm blanking on his name right now, but I absolutely love him, and I love doing his voice. Officer, I did my best. All right, Maya is an S tier. Maya has come in clutch hella times. And then you should go with your sister. Missile! Hey, we just met Mike Meekins. Right, Meekins. We just met Missile. Obviously S tier. I will hear no arguments on this. This is that Maya and Mia's mother? Young Misty Faye. Right, okay. I'm gonna give her A tier. She was very significant to the plot as a background character, and then played a very interesting role in the kind of resolution of the original trilogy when she finally made her first appearance. So I think solid A tier for sure. This dude, Mo, the only one from the Carnies that didn't creep me the fuck out constantly. A tier. Ooh, this is tough. Morgan is unequivocally one of the better villains of the series. I really like Morgan. The question isn't if she's ranked high. The question is A or S tier. Damn, that whole final case in the trilogy was kind of her planning too, and in a way part of like her presence was there through that. I think I got to give Morgan an S tier. Morgan was an excellent villain. Been planning since Ace Attorney 2. Yeah, seriously, like she wasn't as present as a lot of these other characters were in the trilogy, but her fingerprints were everywhere. Like her influence was all over everything. So I think an S tier is warranted for Morgan. She was a very good antagonist. This dude, this isn't Marshall. Is it? This is young Marshall, right? Jake Marshall's brother. Okay. D tier. I don't recognize this dude. Let's see. Who are the ones that I don't recognize that are left? I'll just group them all together and knock them out so I can focus on the ones I do. I remember this guy. And then this one I remember him, but I can't remember his name. All right. Victim. Oh, okay. Doug Swallow. Not particularly memorable. And this dude, I don't think he's a victim. I remember. Is he the one who bonked me and wiped my memory? And what was it? 2-1, I think. Frank saw it. Murder of first case. Oh, okay. I specifically remember the pose that he always made. And then let's see here. Oh no, I recognize Glenn Elg. All right. Who is this guy? I don't recognize him. Her. And then I remember this dude. This is like the rich guy from one of the cases that was a real asshole. This is the 2-1 case. Okay. Red White. Yes, that fucking asshole. I'll give him a B tier. He was a pretty solid, like, early villain, but nothing particularly great. And then this character, I vaguely, like, almost remember. She's another investigator or something, right? Dahlia's sister. Victim. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, that's not Iris. Okay, Glenn Elg. Glenn Elg was an interesting guy. I'll give him a C tier because, you know, victims don't usually have too much influence on your interactions and whatnot, but he was pretty interesting what we learned about him. Let's see. Wendy's a S tier. I mean, come on. We love the old bag. This dude, I don't remember his name, but this was a pretty sad story. I felt for this dude. Like, damn. That whole situation, the way he got manipulated and everything was fucked. Terry Falls, right. That was a very tragic story. Pain. Give you a solid B tier, Pain. Pearly gets A tier. We love Pearly. This character, I remember you kind of. Fuck. Oh. Not even the devs remember her, by the way. That's so funny. I mean, Phoenix, automatic S tier. We stand. The legend. This dude is a riot. And he also was like super nice to us. He gave us all those backstage passes and everything in that one case. The Steel Samurai, absolute legend. Now you are the daughter of the ringleader. I can't remember your name, but I'll give you a C. And then the ringleader seemed like a real solid dude. This dude gets an A tier. He was, yeah, this dude is like your dream boss. This dude seemed like a great guy to work for. NSK shouts objection and barges into the courtroom. Welcome, NSK. Hello. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Happy to see you. We just doing a little character tier list here, and then we're going to hop into the game. This fucking guy, the producer. What was his name? We still investigating? Yeah, we are. We're just going to do this and then hop into the investigation. Salmonella. That is a great name. I'm going to give him a B tier. The name is excellent, but he really doesn't do a whole lot other than a couple interactions. The parrot is S tier purely for... Yeah, he was weird. The parrot is S tier purely for the comedy of interviewing a parrot as a witness. That shit was a riot. This dude, I don't remember his name, but he was the villain / kidnapper in the hotel case. That was a really good villain. Shelly the Killer, right. Most of the people in S are deserved, by the way. Thank you. I agree. I feel pretty good about these choices. Honestly, I was surprised. It was one of those things like I didn't think I'd have that much thought, and I started getting into it. I'm like, you know what? I have lots of thoughts on this. Gumshoe and S, Miles and S deserved. Absolutely. This is the mob boss. This is her dad. He wasn't really a big role in that, but you were pretty funny, memorable, kind of Wednesday Addams-esque. So I'll give this character the B tier. She was pretty memorable, pretty funny. This dude. Oh, fuck. I do remember you, but I don't remember you. I don't agree with Dahlia or Old Bag, though. Dahlia was kind of annoying. Old Bag, too, but she was kind of funny. I would put Dahlia in C and Old Bag in B. That's fair. I actually specifically put Dahlia in S because she was annoying. Because she's a villain, and her pissing me off, at least for me, in my mind, makes her a good villain. But that's totally valid. And then I got a soft spot for the Old Bag. Murderer of 1-4, first part. Right. All right. I'll give this dude, I'll give him a C tier. And then, of course, we got to throw Fake Phoenix up in the A tier. This dude was a riot. Oh my god, the absolute mayhem this dude brought upon us. Lotta and S was deserved too. Hell yeah. Maya and Mia and S. Emma A also deserved. I agree with most of your tier list, low-key. Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, I think I tried to consider, like Emma might move up in the tier list later on, as we get to spend more time with her and learn more about her. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I've really enjoyed our interactions, but just haven't seen enough yet to really give her that S tier. I'd say S tier for Tigray, but we all love him. Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. I think putting him in S tier is a valid take. But yeah, that's my tier list for y'all. Hope you enjoyed. Let's get into some I almost say Yakuza. Let's get into some Ace Attorney. Yep, you're definitely going to see more of Emma. Fun. I'm excited. I really like the forensics dynamics that she brings into the gameplay, so that's going to be a lot of fun. The Yakuza days are long behind us now. Yeah, for now. I do plan to play Lost Judgment eventually, and then if a new Yakuza comes out, I'll probably end up playing it at some point, because I had a lot of fun with that series. I'm not gonna lie. All right. In a lot of ways, we're kind of back at square one with this case. March 14th, 9:21 p.m., open air stage. I've left the Damask 2 investigation to Franziska and returned to Babel. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babel's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! So, Kay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great. Investigating is so much fun. In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. Well, we weren't goofing off, honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out. Very well, then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? We've had a really fun time, sir. I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. You have permission to enter the Alabastian Embassy, is that correct? They didn't investigate shit yet, for real. Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask. The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday. Oh? Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. That's so funny. And now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really gonna throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Okay. That's nice. Let's see what's... Okay. Cool. Oh. Hey, you're not going to Alabast already, are you? No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first. Okay. It would appear that this stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the Greatest Thief Show. I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. You got a point. Oh wait, we already saw it. Okay. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're for the renovation. Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here, or any other treasure for that matter. Okay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, that was a pretty good play on words there. Gummy, don't randomly jump into one of our dialogues like that. Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe? No, it's not like that, sir. Lol. A ladder. Actually, that's a step ladder. They're the exact same thing. No way! From their structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. A step ladder is much too heavy to carry around after all. And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. That's true, Edgeworth. Thank you for the trauma dump. Oh, there we go. Hey, do you detect the scent of treasure coming from this bush? The scent of treasure? No, not at all. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you're totally not with it. I'm not with it? No, and it's important for both thieves and prosecutors to be energetic. Perhaps for a thief like you, but that level of energy is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You really think so? That prosecutor we met at Gatewaterland seemed to be pretty active. Well, he's not a prosecutor anymore. See how everything just naturally balances out? Lol. So, how come so many traffic cones are red and white? That's because they're highly visible from a great distance. Oh, is that why? So then the reason you wear that wine red suit is for visibility's sake? Please don't compare me to a ragged plastic traffic cone. Mr. Edgeworth! You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as good investigations, sir. So, what did you find out? Ah, well. I take it he has found nothing of any particular use. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Polano. Oh, and what is this something interesting? This, sir. That is interesting. That's a cool-ass lamp. I want that lamp. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm jealous. That's a real treasure there. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently, if you burn the special wit crystal oil that they only make in Babel, it burns this green color, sir. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babel should the oil run out. Hey, Gummy, what about the silhouettes? They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it project the images. Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Yes, you were. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Uh-huh, you got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Ah, well, that's because I'm Edgeworth's partner. Oh, hold on a sec. I gotta turn on my captions. There we go. I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. There's a warning sign here. Oh, there's a sign here warning passers-by to take precautions around the renovation site. They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere. I believe Ambassador Polano said it was to attract more tourists and visitors. But what can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth? How about transforming it into a courthouse? Hey, be serious! But I was being serious. This bush looks like the perfect place to hide some sort of treasure, you know? Ah, but there is no treasure inside those things. Oh, too bad. But we do have a lot of treasures back in Babel. Sounds great. I'll be sure to pay you guys a visit sometime for a 5-finger discount. Sure. We welcome you anytime. Are you sure you really want to invite a thief into your country with open arms? Lol. That's hilarious. Ah, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these, you can eat whatever you'd like. And these are discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me right now. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babel. I heard that tonight over in the Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Yatagarasu started. Exactly. Ambassador Poleno, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Prima Duck statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabast and Babel used to be one country called Cadopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Prima Duck statue belonged to the founders of Cadopia. At least, that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed under the king of Cadopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right, which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it though, I suppose. But if Alabast and Babel were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? Oh, excuse me. I have no reason to believe so. The Prima Duck statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Poleno knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. First, let's show it to him. Ambassador Poleno, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Prima Duck statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babel. So it would appear. I received a call from Ms. Von Karma about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babel's Prima Duck statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession... Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it is definitely Alabast's statue. I know because it's the real statue. Oh, shit. Then you're saying that Babel's was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babel, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Interesting. Oh, why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babel were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary. the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic?
Hey, where are you going? Are you headed back to Alabast?
Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened.
Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country?
That's the gist of it. Babel is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries.
You mean the fake Yatagarasu?
In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. Excuse me. At least that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste.
Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth.
What is this?
My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use?
There's a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything that it could get wet from around here.
I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open-air stage from time to time, right?
All right, I'll find its owner later.
Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this?
What's this?
It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time.
Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Hell yeah. Oh. Hold on. I had one more thing. Oh, okay. Missed my chance. There's a flat panel, a VCR, and a row of Steel Samurai videos on this table.
Aren't they worried that if they leave the tapes out on the table like that, the Yatagarasu will make off with them?
I honestly doubt the Yatagarasu would want to steal Steel Samurai videotapes.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong. The fake Yatagarasu may not want to steal them, but you never know with the real Yatagarasu.
Please stop eyeing the tapes with that look of want in your eyes, Kay. Oh. We saw the show just beyond these doors, but it's been quite a number of hours now.
Mr. Edgeworth, have I ever told you that you talk like an old fogey?
I was merely reminiscing. Is that such a crime? I think I'll be returning to the investigation. Oh, wait. I know. I'll go back to Babel and do some more investigating there. Or no, maybe this was the right thing to do. Maybe not. March 14th, 9:58 p.m., Rose Garden. Oh, right, the Rose Garden.
I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth.
Called it.
How about things in Babel?
Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl, the investigation into Manny Cochin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has.
Ah, yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous.
Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where the witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu.
That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech here tonight in Alabast, and that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, there was a fire at the Bapalese embassy that the Yatagarasu started.
I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Okay. Is it possible that the Yatagarasu hid in these bushes?
Of course not. There was bushes. You've been spending so much time with Scruffy and that girl, they're rubbing off on you. Lol. But it's alright. I'll wake you out of your stupor. Oh. Now, the next time you feel like sleep talking, remember that I'll whip you for real.
All I tried to do was offer up a possibility, and this is what I get? There's an overturned spotlight here.
When the Yatagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over.
I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here.
I sought to use my whip to capture the Yatagarasu. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash.
I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead.
Yeah, probably.
A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water.
It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of the love to the king prima ducks. Well, Mars Edgeverse, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart.
I opened my mouth about a statue, and she somehow made the leap to that. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. And it's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level, which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it, just in case.
How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment.
I know that. You really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun?
All right then, did you by chance fall into the pool?
Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy?
This man has reproduced? That's a terrifying thought. Your son?
I guess I kinda lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. It's you imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? How old is this child of yours anyway? Huh? Oh, how old is he again?
Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother?
The mother? Oh, that chick, the pink princess. The pink princess.
Ms. Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe that what he's looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant.
Yep, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool.
Yeah. Larry, we've not seen hide nor tail of the hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now, get out of there.
Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there.
Hey, wait! Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble.
That was wild.
And this statue bears a resemblance to the Prima Duck statue.
This plaque says King Prima Duck's in the battlefield because the ad break is coming now. Fight the ads with all your life. In order to save the queen, King Prima Duck put his life on the line and went to war against the ads.
So Prima Duck was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend.
Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looks like the Steel Samurai existed.
I suppose there's that too. These are some beautiful roses here. They appear to be well maintained.
You're being too nice, Mars Edgeverse. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they are grouped by color, one color per location. They lose their beauty when they are mixed together like this.
I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. On second thought, there's a rather serious look on her face. I'd better leave it be.
They should really rethink the proper balance of these roses.
Of all the people to comment on the proper balance of things.
What are you saying? Are you trying to say that Francisca is unbalanced in some way?
So this is where Ambassador Alba was to give his speech.
The stage was set up nicely, however, where was the audience supposed to sit?
Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool?
That's such a poor planning if there was no place other than a spot or two by the pool. Good lord. I'm struggling. They really should have made seating arrangements like how the gallery is set up in court.
Indeed, you can sense that consideration for the viewers was taken with those.
So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time?
Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. I suppose Ambassador Alba sat in this chair.
Ambassador Alba is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him should he have gotten tired during his speech.
In that case, why didn't he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place?
The ambassador is also quite prideful, so that's why.
He sounds like my old principal from grade school who'd speak at assemblies. Well.
Have you finished checking out all the bystanders?
Yes, sir.
And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct.
Agent Lang.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor.
I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier.
Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did.
After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba?
We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter.
As if it can be so easily called away from this case after I come this far. Excuse me. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor?
You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time, so naturally you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct?
Yeah, I saw the thief all right, with my own 2 eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of, "It's the Yatagarasu!" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain, the Yatagarasu was here.
So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette?
Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else.
Ha! Good thinking, sis. You might just be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape, not among the staff or audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right.
Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I figured out its true origins. I expected nothing. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now let's hear what you know on this subject. What really cast the shadow of the Yatagarasu? I think it's this. It might be the other statue, but I think it's this one.
Take that!
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue? Are you playing me for the fool, Myers Edgeverse? The statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. And you are correct. However, this statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What is the other part to the real form of the Yatagarasu's shadow?
Take that!
Franziska, if you could take a look at this, don't you find it to be a bit suspicious? Not at all. As I thought. For you see, I was merely testing you just now. What? The leaf is in it? Okay. I need to... yes. I really thought it was the leaf, but I guess not. The podium, maybe? That doesn't really make sense.
Take that!
It's another statue. The Yatagarasu shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues.
Okay, there we go.
Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panicked state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared... You believe that the two statues will create a Yatagarasu shadow? Precisely. And now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu.
First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primadux on the battlefield, the shadow of the king's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set a light up on the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop of the stage.
Aha! So if we were to combine the two shadows, it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu shadow. Mazedvas, how do you explain this grotesque shape?
Calm down, Franziska. The way the light needs to be shown on the queen's statue is wrong.
What do you mean by that?
I believe the whole of the king's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow.
Only one part?
Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Adegarasu's shadow.
Why did you say that in the first place?
You're right, I apologize.
Now, what part of the queen's shadow was used to complete the Yatagarasu shadow?
Take that!
Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of?
Ah!
That's right. It can only be the shadow of the queen's left hand. Franziska, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the queen's left hand?
Alright, let's give this a try and see what we get.
Hell yeah.
It's...
Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu shadow had vanished, which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabast tonight. The only country that thief visited was Babel, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabast.
An accomplice? But who?
I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving the case is the existence of this accomplice. Hey. How's the investigation going? Oh, wait. Yeah, that wasn't Edgeworth. Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge. And my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu, so yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it.
We are here because we're ready to face whatever may come. So if you please...
When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, I'm telling you, I'm the genuine international journalist. She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. It's Lotta. This is the photo I got from her. What in the world? Excuse me.
The Yatagarasu is flying through the air.
The times, they are a-changin'. It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building so that you can see the embassy, one that you can see the embassy from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. The blur in this picture took off from the Babylonis embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabama.
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight.
Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once.
Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. Two, actually.
Maybe it happened. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Am I up to task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off from the Babylonis embassy, so I should start from there. Franziska, I need to return to the Babel investigation for a bit.
Alright. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building.
Alright, I'm counting on you.
Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation.
Yes, let's. The fact that she's just waiting there for him, she wasn't doing shit, was she? Oop.
And out.
Here we go. March 14th, 10:37 p.m., Babylonis Embassy, Secretariat's office.
Think after all that running around, we're right back where we started.
It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet? Oh, have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Polano, but I've yet to find his killer. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu.
Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who is only out to steal the truth.
Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, all right?
Mr. Polano.
Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I will gladly answer anything.
Thank you, Mr. Polano. You're a total gentleman.
You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss.
Hey, Sir Polano.
Those two sure got chummy awfully quick.
You know, it's easy to say we're gonna investigate, but where should we begin?
We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted.
Yeah, when I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Cochin's killer.
Oh, we don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, it's because the key the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here. It signals that perhaps Ms. Yu is also somehow involved.
I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Cochin's killer.
Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad.
Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too?
Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years.
Uncle Bad?
And now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire.
Well, this kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all?
I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either.
But this could be how that person escaped.
Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. All right. First things first, we're looking back here. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire.
Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh?
Well, what did you imagine them to look like?
I thought that Babbles would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base.
If any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabasta, don't you think?
Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Codopia?
There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place.
You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and imagination.
There's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World.
Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh. I see. The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate, why?
It looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. There is a bottle of Babbly's ink on Mr. Cochin's desk.
And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside.
The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink.
Hey, Mr. Polino, it looks like your precious Babbly's ink is all right after all.
What? That's odd.
Hold it!
Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there's something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? Okay, we'll come back. Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one fire tonight? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Babbly's embassy tonight. What a bother all of it was.
Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Jammin' Ninja show.
Ah, well, the first occurred at the start of the Jammin' Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught fire. Not wanting to cause panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the Jammin' Ninja show was the second one of the night? Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires, on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Interesting.
So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire?
The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floor above that caused it. That's how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor. Manny's office here. And Manny himself. All gone in the blink of an eye.
I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Polino.
Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask me again?
We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well.
Yes, very well. Let's see, I've been quite busy all day, from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that, I had a roll for breakfast.
Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me?
Oh, you'd like a condensed version. All right, I can do that for you.
So what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning?
Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jammin' Ninja, but Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office. Excuse me.
You helped clean Mr. Cochin's office? Why were you not cleaning your own?
No, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Which is why both the Prima Duck statue and the Babyliss knife set are down here.
I see.
Oh, but the tidying didn't really take much. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace.
I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain though, huh?
About that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me.
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger.
Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Babyliss ink onto the back wall and when I was burning the files, you see. And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect.
Talk about the boss getting bossed around.
That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning.
Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. And now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon.
Well, Manny and I went down together to the Teatrum Naturalis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone.
So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show?
A little while after, I'd straightened myself up a bit. I returned to the theater because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show.
There was a commemorative photo op at the end.
It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja.
He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador.
When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out, and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out.
So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show?
Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep.
I see. Ambassador Polino, I thank you very much for your help.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, all right?
I wonder if you might be able to tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink.
I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all.
The fire was green? What was the cause?
Well, lit crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern. And Bobbly's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought that it was Manny's ink that had caught fire. So that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk.
The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery.
What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? Ambassador Polano, what exactly used to be here? That used to be a stack of brand new pamphlets. But it looks like they were all burned up. I guess we'll just have to reprint them. But no matter how fast we reprint them, they always disappear so quickly. Is the Babbly's tourism industry really that hot right now? Of course. Although recently, the most popular vacation destination has been the Republic of Borginia. But we refuse to lose to them, so we've been hard at work promoting Babel. Interesting. Well, I've just recently returned from a trip to Borginia myself. Oh, and how did you like it? It was all right. I probably shouldn't bring up the fact that I was a suspect on the flight home. A fireplace, huh? So Babel's offices have them too.
Two?
There is a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabaston office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace.
If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? Yeah. You could climb inside and we could play hide and seek.
And come out covered in soot? I think not.
Aw, you really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth.
It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them.
Babel sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon.
And what kind of discount would that net you?
The 5-finger kind, what else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer.
Things such as...
Such as the truth? What else would I steal?
What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. Manny Cochin. His name was written here on this nameplate.
Why would you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office?
I suppose it's to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake.
Do you think maybe it's also there to remind you your own name if you forget?
Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to set a nameplate on one's desk. That looks like a very comfortable chair.
It does. Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it?
No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes.
That's because I am a prosecutor and it's part of my job to examine things.
And my job is to be a great thief.
Which is exactly why you're not allowed to touch anything. It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire.
But it doesn't look too damaged. Ooh, I think we could riffle through the drawer a bit.
I suppose we really should take a look. This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. Oops. It seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well.
Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's the value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here, Mr. Edgeworth.
That's it, huh?
Dun, 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 dun.
You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window.
So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth?
Ah, you can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damask 2 was killed.
What? You don't mean the Damask 2? Aw, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, you can't just turn a blind eye to this.
Even though Damask 2 was merely an imposter of the original?
I don't know, I think the fact that he differentiated himself as the 2, you know, maybe not a complete imposter.
It appears that Mr. Cochin's body has been taken in for an autopsy. The white outline is all that is left to tell the tale of his murder. It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan.
Oh, I've seen a few of these before.
They spin around and around and play music. I believe you're thinking...
Oh, they spin around and around and play music.
I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies.
Yes, that's it.
But they're nothing alike.
They're totally alike. They spin those babies right round, like a record, baby, right round.
I see. I guess I can see how you might think that. Ambassador Poleno, would you happen to know what these charred remains are of?
I don't know actually. But I don't think there was anything there that should have been flammable.
And so it remains a mystery as to what was burned here. So this is the real Prima Duck statue.
This is really valuable, right?
That's what they say.
Hold it!
Kay, you're not seriously considering the theft of this statue, are you?
No way, Mr. Edgeworth. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I was just calculating in my head how much the statue is worth.
That sounds mighty suspicious to me. It looks like all of the souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire.
I just don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu.
The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems.
I know, because if it was me, my top priority would have been to loot this bookshelf.
You would steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere?
You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location. It has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all.
But could you really rob someone of their valuable memories just like that?
No, because even if I take the souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories.
We still don't know where the blade of the Babyliss knife went. Could it be that the killer walked away with it? A grandfather clock. This one resembles the one in Alabast.
Oh, that clock has been with us since back when we were still Cadopia. That is one big clock. Hey, does this one have a bird that pops out like a cuckoo clock?
Sorry, but no.
Oh, but I'm sure you'll love its chime. Really? It's gonna be 11 soon, so maybe I'll get to hear it then.
Is it that time already? Time sure flies when I'm involved in an investigation.
Oh, it's not that late. The night's only just begun.
Kay, it's not good for you to stay up late, you know.
Yes, Gramps.
Oop. The national symbol of Babel is drawn here. There is nothing especially strange about it.
Is it just me, or did the butterfly gain an antenna since we last saw it?
Even if it did, would it really have any bearing on our case, Kay?
Okay. Can we connect any dots? This feels like a long shot, but yeah.
Okay, maybe we can present some evidence to him. Oh, okay.
Eureka!
Yeah, I didn't think so. Damn. Okay. What about this? Now we're cooking.
Eureka!
And the shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Hey, you're right. What is it? It looks like something straight out of the Monument Valley.
Ah, yes, that notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see.
Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it.
Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you.
Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Poleno, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note.
This looks like Manny's handwriting.
I see. In that case... Ooh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Alabast. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II. Damask II? Then this note... Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask II to steal the Prima Duck statue.
What? Manny tried to steal Alabast's Prima Duck statue?
We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin?
Yes, I can gather a few and get them to you.
I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis.
I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this.
Do you have any ideas as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue?
There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation.
Anything you could tell me would be of great help, Ambassador.
All right, one sec. I need some water. I'll be right back. I'll let you watch this for a sec while I refill my water.
but it's only someone else's fault.
Hello. All right, let's get back to the game. I'm sleepy, man. I don't know why I've been so tired. I've been getting okay sleep the last few days, but holy shit, I've just been fucking exhausted. It's weird.
And this safe wasn't open at the time of the fire.
You could tell because the inside wasn't burnt, right?
Yes, and thanks to this safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved.
Aren't safes great? They always hold the wonderful promise of treasures within.
Well, this one certainly did have a few inside.
Indeed. Okay. Oh, right, he had something to tell me. Oh, whoops. Here we go.
I believe you said that you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired Damask 2.
Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as part of today's events.
But because of the Yatagarasu and the fire here, that got canceled, didn't it?
I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been canceled. For you see, Babel's statue, well, it's just a replica.
And did Mr. Cochin know that about Babel's Prima Duck statue?
Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority.
Yes, I understand.
Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, "Let me handle it. It'll be all right. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Codopia." At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assumed he did all that to ensure that you are the next Canopian ambassador.
But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be.
I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested?
Yep, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
What is all this, Gummy?
It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire.
Good work, Detective.
Nah, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
Oh, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad.
What do you mean?
As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. But don't you worry, I'm gonna find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm gonna become a good Yatagarasu just like my father, right?
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust.
You bet. So what now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor.
Yes?
That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon.
Oh, you mean Little Thief? You're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. For the information Detective Gumshoe gathered in the ambassador's testimony. I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire.
You got it. All right, here we go. Dark skies of evening, when no other birds take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw used as well.
Ooh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about?
This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted.
Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday.
I believe it's about time we return to our investigation.
So by this time, the Prima statues had already been swapped, right?
They must have been, as this one is covered in soot.
A lousy timing. And just as the two countries were about to become friends again, too. It would have been better if I had stolen it than for it to get caught up in that fire.
Kay, I think I understand your sentiment.
However, if you were to engage in theft, I can't look the other way, right?
If you could please stop stealing my lines.
So Babel is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh?
Yes, it would appear that way.
You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case?
Do you already have a destination in mind?
Well, ideally I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training.
Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammin' Ninja TV show.
Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't believe she took me seriously. A fireplace, huh? So Babel's offices have them too.
Okay, yes, we saw this. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. And you can, yeah, we saw that. Okay. So this isn't new yet. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's the same dialogue too. So it's got to be the clock then, which kind of makes sense. All right, let's try this. Yes.
This grandfather clock, it was apparently in a different position before the fire.
According to the staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir.
Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire.
Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming.
Huh? That's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged internal mechanisms or something.
Ambassador Polano, may we take a look inside that clock?
Sure, go right on ahead.
Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock.
Yes, sir, I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir.
It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming? But what was long enough? But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place?
Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? Sounds like it wasn't Mr. Polano that put the wire in there.
Then perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Polano saw.
Flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in.
Kay, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out?
Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time.
Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the 3rd floor until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir and babble, I suppose.
I guess Mr. Polano was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh?
Yes, you could put it that way. And since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course.
I knew it. That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cochin's killer.
That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here.
Okay, then maybe the green fire was there to prevent anyone from coming in. But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames?
Well, whatever it is, that person burned it. It made a rather sizable fire.
And since the fire's green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean.
Yes, and I do believe that what you're thinking is exactly why these flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these green flames?
Okay, it's either this or the lantern. I'm gonna go with this because this feels a little more directly related because it was on his desk. And it's probably what burned. Yes. Maybe, hopefully. The source of the green in these flames is related to this. Ah, damn. Okay, hold on. Okay, well, we know what the answer is now then.
Excuse me.
Oh, no, it's not that.
Take that!
This silhouette lantern, its green flame comes from the wick crystal oil it's burning.
Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off.
I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by wick crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from wick crystal oil.
Oh, you mean the thing that Mr. Polano was mistaken about, right?
Yes, precisely, as we found out earlier in our investigation.
What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir?
Fine, I suppose I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from wick crystal oil that Ambassador Polano was mistaken about.
Take that!
Now it's time for this.
Babyliss ink is made from wick crystal oil.
Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right?
Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babyliss ink.
Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right?
Yes, however, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames.
Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
It would appear that I finally found it, the smuggling ring's real goal. Made of Babyliss ink, this is the source of the green flames.
Ah, right? Yeah.
What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? Well, that would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Jangfa.
You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Coachman who made the counterfeit bills?
I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babel's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct?
Why, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed.
Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well.
Ah, yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we?
It is my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crimes. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence.
Okay. Bum, 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 bum.
It appears that the desk is largely unchanged from before the fire.
Yeah, it just got a little burn is all.
It's a very fine desk. I'm sure that even now it's still usable.
If it's that great, why don't you trade your desk with it?
No.
It was just a suggestion. You didn't have to get all monosyllabic on me, you know.
Lol.
Indeed. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see, what am I missing? Oh wait, maybe I got a new clue and I can finally combine that with something. Let me try that. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Nope, wrong one. This. Okay, so that's not it.
A detective, you took part in the initial Babel investigation, correct?
Yep, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea, because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burnt to a crisp. Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in the case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator.
Oh?
Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic?
A detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babelese embassy at all?
I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either.
I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, detective.
The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in Alabast. That was also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babel, which caused some panic.
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babel.
Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. That's not enough to make a positive ID, you know?
Still, it was enough to make people who received the calling card panic even more.
A person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw.
The Yatagarasu appeared in Alabast was proven to be just a fabrication, you know. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel is also a suspect.
You can't be serious. Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Callisto, you.
So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Cochin, then disappeared. By the way, Detective, did you not chase after the Yatagarasu?
I did, but, well, this embassy's huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with and lost for a while there.
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective?
Eek, I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around the third floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away.
Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Cochin's body.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could.
And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon.
Still, it's too bad Agent Sheena got here before I did.
I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here.
Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door.
Interesting. Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier.
Well, she apparently helped in putting out the fire first. Or the first fire. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu.
She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her.
Nah, I disagree. Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir?
We've examined everything in this office, but there's one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Polano about it. Ambassador Polano, there's something I'd like to ask you about.
Yes?
About this office, it appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock.
Ah, that's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alabastian side of the embassy. Our two embassies actually used to be one.
Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that.
Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office.
You mean for your handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja?
Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right?
Yet another odd expression of Babel's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots.
Connected what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. Okay, wait, let's start here. Yeah.
The Alabastian and Babelese sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway.
A secret passageway?
In Alabast, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall.
A revolving back wall? Sounds like something out of a ninja house.
Wow, there was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir?
What? This embassy holds that kind of a secret?
There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador.
I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room.
What are you waiting for, Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Agreed. And my first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace. It looks just
like another fireplace though, doesn't it? So how do you turn it again?
In Alabas, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. Ah! You scared me, sir.
There is something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts.
Huh? We found an X where you thought there'd be one, right?
We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from this scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Okay.
Hold it!
Okay.
All I see inside this fireplace is starter wood.
Huh? That's odd. It doesn't match up with what Mr. Polano said earlier.
What is the meaning of this contradiction?
Because I feel like I gotta make the case that it was like spun, right? But I'm trying to figure out how. Oh wait, what about this?
Eureka!
And this points out exactly what is so contradictory about the fireplace as it currently is.
And what exactly is that?
Ah, it's okay if you don't see it, Kay. I don't really get it either, but I figured it's just too splendid for me to understand. So come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you tell us exactly what's so contradictory? Whoops. Maybe I had the wrong spot? Let me make sure I'm on the fire.
Eureka!
Yeah, okay, I was just on the wrong spot.
Ambassador Polano, you said that you burned some old fires in this fireplace today, correct?
Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually.
And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct?
That's right. But why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I admit I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it.
Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
You don't really think that Ambassador Polano is lying, do you?
No, there is no reason for him to lie, and I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Hey, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me?
You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we pretty much figured everything out now, huh?
Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us.
Ooh, Ooh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, huh?
Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know.
There is really no need for you to dance around the name of what I'm about to do.
Now.
The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple.
Not because someone cleaned them up, right?
No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Polano said he spilled some Babyliss ink while he was burning the files. And yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere.
Well then, I don't know what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room, which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used.
Nice.
Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there?
Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Cochin's killer, and after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace.
It's Sheena. Sheena did it.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route.
I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room.
Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh, it was that person, sir.
Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena.
Hell yeah. We are cooking.
It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it?
Yes, it's because she is the killer. That explained why she was being so, like, ignorant as, like, just ignorant as all fuck in the beginning. Like, what the hell?
Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet, however, I know she is hiding something from us.
Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself?
No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe?
Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on this Damask 2's note.
Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away.
Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall.
Right now, sir?
No, next decade. Of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we?
Go on, Gummy, you can do it.
All right, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go. Through the fireplace and back.
You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective.
Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn.
That's so neat. Now I want to try going through there too.
There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea.
It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Babyliss ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall.
Okay, here I go, sir.
Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer.
Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff.
And your point is? Now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right?
No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve, such as the Yatagarasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, and the 2 weapons that made it across the border. The key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Ms. Yu is related to these embassies.
Mr. Edgeworth,
A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted.
what are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow the leads.
Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay?
If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then all you'd have to do is show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions.
Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that?
Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us.
Hey,
That's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know?
and that is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect, for your sake.
Yay! Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir.
Yes, I can see that. Good work, detective.
Looks like you could use that fireplace like a door, sir.
Are you alright, Gummy?
I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all.
Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. I see the hem has practically turned black.
Yeah, well, quite a bit of unburned ink got on it, sir.
I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat.
What? Oh, no, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it clean, but, you know.
I see. Very well then, as you wish.
So because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right?
Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact.
And that is?
I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis. Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it, sir.
The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis along with Agent Lang and Agent Shina.
Ooh, it's getting good now. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it here for today. I don't know why I've been so tired, but good God, I've been like tired as shit lately. What do you think of the case so far? It's so good. Honestly, this is so good. I've been having a lot of fun with it. And like the first few sections, I had no fucking idea what happened. And it's reaching that point of the story or of the case where it's like slowly drip feeding the answers to you, and it's all starting to slowly piece together. So it's perfect. I'm loving it. The characters selection that they have in it is peak. The mystery is very intriguing, in both like the puzzle aspect of it, but also just like the narrative aspect. So I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm excited to get into some more of it, and we'll do that tomorrow. I hope I'm gonna have more energy. I feel like I'm slowly getting it back, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I've just been like hella wiped out this week. But yeah, we'll hit this tomorrow, and you know, if I got the energy, I do want to do like more than one section because I want to finish it Friday because I got that game that you recommended. So we're gonna take a break from investigations, play that once we finish this case, and then we'll come back for investigations 2. And by then, the gold filament I wanted should be over. And I'll have my Apollo bracelet ready and everything. It'll be perfect. Yeah, I actually just got it this morning. So I finally got caught up on all my payments and everything after getting this big motherfucker.
So that was the first thing I did is I'm like, all right, I'm not behind on anything anymore. We're all caught up. We're gonna get the game. So yeah, we'll play that whenever we finish this. I'm excited to get into that as well. But yeah, appreciate y'all being here. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for some more investigating. Until then, peace. Thank you.
But some problems are always gonna stay. I need reassurance to keep my damn mind right, yeah. Scared of all the feelings coming up in the late night, yeah. Always tired and arguing like I am in a fight, yeah. Something's gotta give, but we gon' be alright. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. The pressure been crumbling me. None of it matters in reality. Pushing myself to accomplish for what, to get tired and burned out and angry as fuck. Nah, I need a second to chill. Life will not care about you will. So maybe there's something to learn and just letting go. Trying to earn something, so I mean getting old. I don't know if that's a deal I'ma make. For what they give, or you know they gon' take everything, everyone, all of yourself. Set you aside, put you up on a shelf. Backseat driving your life, man, that ain't right. They a parasite, hope you see the light. More than black and white, truth is in the gray. Do yourself, don't pray. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. We gonna be okay. We gon' make it through the day. It's been getting dark, time has been running out. Feels like each word is my final somehow. Right now fighting for hope feels like all I have left. But somehow I feel free, I don't care about the rest. I feel the peace and contentment inside. As I open my heart, I got nothing to hide. Wouldn't trade anyone here by my side for a ransom of riches. My fortune is pride.